Ladies and gentlemen, I have a question for you. Have you ever seen a tree announce that it's growing? Have you ever heard the roots of a mighty oak tree shout about their progress underground? No. Yet, one day that same tree stands tall, unshakable and unmovable. This is the power of focusing on yourself and staying silent. The problem today is that people talk too much about what they're going to do, but do too little to actually make it happen. We live in a world where everyone is eager to prove something to others instead of proving something to themselves. And that is why so many people never reach their full potential. I need you to listen carefully because what I'm about to share will change the course of your life forever. If you want to be great, if you want to rise above the noise of mediocrity, you must master two things: focus and silence. Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you will understand why the most powerful people in history did not waste words. They built legacies in silence. The biggest mistake people make is spending more time watching others instead of building themselves. You cannot expect to succeed when your energy is scattered on distractions, unnecessary arguments, and seeking validation from people who don't even know where they are going in life. Your future depends on how much you invest in yourself, your mind, your skills, your discipline, and your spiritual life. The world does not reward talkers, it rewards doers. Some of the greatest battles in life are won in silence. When you are silent, you confuse your enemies. When you are silent, you give no room for doubt and negativity to creep in. Some of you talk too much about your dreams, your goals, and your plans. And before you know it, the very people you shared them with are the same ones sabotaging you. Not everyone who listens to you is cheering for you. Move in silence and let your results speak. You were never created to compete with anybody else. God designed you uniquely with a purpose that is specific to you. But here's the problem. Most people are too busy comparing their journey to others that they miss their own assignment. Stop looking at what others are doing. Stop seeking approval from people who have no role in your destiny. Run your own race. Have you ever noticed that some of the most powerful transformations happen in private? The caterpillar does not announce when it is turning into a butterfly. It goes into isolation, and when it re-emerges, it is unrecognizable. Some of you are afraid of being alone, but let me tell you, greatness is forged in the quiet seasons of life. The time you spend in isolation, working on yourself, is the time that prepares you for your moment of manifestation. Have you ever noticed that the wealthiest, most influential people in the world don't waste time arguing or explaining themselves? They are too busy executing their vision. Talk is cheap, but action is expensive. The more you speak, the more energy you waste. The more you announce your plans, the more you open doors for resistance. Work silently and let your success make the noise. There is a reason why even Jesus went to the wilderness to pray alone. There is a reason why great men and women of faith had private moments of growth before they were revealed to the world. When you focus on yourself and stay silent, you create space for God to work in you. You give Him room to refine you, strengthen you, and prepare you for what's ahead. But if you are too distracted, too noisy, too focused on seeking attention, you miss what God is trying to do in your life. I want to challenge you today. Stop announcing your every move. Stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve to know your plans. Be so focused on your growth that you have no time for distractions. Let your work speak. Let your results speak. Let your discipline and consistency speak. Because in the end, those who focus on themselves and stay silent are the ones who rise to the top, while the rest are still talking. Your greatest investment is you. Everything you hope to achieve, every goal you set, and every dream you carry in your heart depends entirely on the person you become. The reason most people never reach their full potential is that they spend more time focusing on external things, seeking validation, chasing approval, or measuring their success based on others, rather than turning inward and building themselves. You must understand that your mind, your skills, your character, and your discipline are the foundation of everything you will ever accomplish. A weak foundation cannot support a great structure. Many people want success, wealth, and influence, but they have not invested enough in themselves to sustain those things. They pray for opportunities, but when those opportunities come, they are not prepared to handle them. They desire greatness, but they have not built the discipline required to manage it. They wish for a better future, but they are unwilling to invest the time, effort, and resources to develop the version of themselves that can create that future. The world does not reward wishful thinking. It rewards those who take responsibility for their growth. You cannot expect to be elevated to a level you have not trained for. Just like an athlete prepares for a race long before the competition, you must train yourself in private before you can shine in public. Success does not happen by accident. It is the result of intentional growth. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every habit you master, and every challenge you overcome adds value to your life. The more valuable you become, the more valuable your contributions will be to the world. One of the greatest mistakes people make is thinking that they can shortcut the process of self-investment. They look for easy ways out. They seek overnight success. They hope for a breakthrough without putting in the work. But life does not work that way. If you want to rise above mediocrity, you must do what average people are unwilling to do. You must commit yourself to a lifestyle of continuous learning, self-discipline, and self-mastery. This is why you must be careful about where you direct your time and energy. Many people waste years chasing trends, engaging in meaningless debates, and surrounding themselves with people who add no value to their lives. They get caught up in distractions that pull them further away from their true potential. If you want to build a strong and successful life, you must guard your mind, protect your time, and be intentional about who and what you allow to influence you. Growth is a personal responsibility. No one will do it for you. No one will force you to develop your skills, strengthen your character, or refine your mindset. You must take ownership of your journey. You must be willing to sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term success. You must be willing to go through seasons of discomfort, discipline, and deep work in order to become the person you were created to be. There is no greater asset in your life than you. Your bank account can be emptied, your material possessions can be taken away, but the knowledge, wisdom, and strength you develop within yourself can never be stolen. That is why the most powerful thing you can do is invest in yourself. Learn, grow, develop, and refine yourself every single day. The quality of your future depends on it. Silence is a weapon of the wise. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, to be heard, and to prove themselves, the greatest power often lies in saying nothing at all. The most effective strategies, the deepest wisdom, and the most transformative growth happen in silence. Yet most people do not understand the power of restraint. They believe that being loud, constantly explaining themselves, or defending their position makes them stronger. But in reality, the most powerful individuals move in silence, letting their actions and results speak for them. When you understand the power of silence, you stop reacting to everything. Not every battle is worth fighting, and not every opinion deserves a response. People waste so much time engaging in unnecessary arguments, responding to negativity, and trying to prove themselves to people who do not even matter in the grand scheme of their destiny. The wise do not waste words. They understand that silence can protect their peace, guard their energy, and keep their focus sharp. Silence is not weakness, it is discipline. It is the ability to control your emotions, your reactions, and your impulses. It is knowing that not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every plan needs to be announced. Many people fail in life, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they talk too much. They reveal their strategies before They execute them. They share their dreams with the wrong people, exposing themselves to doubt, envy, and sabotage. Sometimes the reason your plans do not succeed is because you announce them too soon. True wisdom understands timing. There is a time to speak and a time to remain silent. If you study the lives of the most influential people in history, you will notice that their greatest moves were made in private. They spent time preparing, strategizing, and executing before the world ever knew what they were doing. They mastered the art of working in silence so that when they finally revealed their success, there was nothing anyone could do to stop them. Silence also allows you to observe and learn. Those who talk too much often miss the most important lessons in life. While they are busy making noise, the wise are listening, analyzing, and positioning themselves for the right opportunities. When you are silent, you become more aware of your surroundings. You notice things that others overlook. You gain insights that can give you an advantage. There is also a spiritual power in silence. Some of the greatest breakthroughs happen when you withdraw from the noise of the world and enter a place of quiet reflection. In silence, you can hear divine direction more clearly. In silence, you can align yourself with purpose. But if you are constantly engaged in the distractions of life, you will miss the wisdom and guidance that come from stillness. The less you speak, the more people listen when you do. Those who talk excessively lose their influence over time, but when a person of wisdom speaks, their words carry weight. They do not waste breath on meaningless chatter. They do not seek attention through empty noise. They choose their words carefully, and because of that, their voice commands respect. If you want to be effective in life, learn to be silent.
Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop announcing your every move. Stop reacting to every little thing. Move in silence. Work in silence. Let your success make the noise. Destiny is a personal journey.
No two lives are the same, and no two people are designed to walk the exact same path. The biggest mistake people make is measuring their progress against someone else's timeline. They look at what others are doing, compare their achievements, and either feel discouraged or pressured to keep up. But destiny is not a competition. It is not a race where you must outrun someone else to win. It is a divine assignment that is uniquely tailored to you, and the moment you start focusing on others, you lose sight of your own path. The world has conditioned people to believe that success is about getting ahead of others. Social media has amplified this false belief, making people think that if someone else is winning, it means they are losing. But the truth is, someone else's success has nothing to do with your own. You were created for a purpose that is specific to you, and no one can take what is meant for you. The only way to fulfill your destiny is to focus entirely on becoming the best version of yourself. The more you compare yourself to others, the more distracted you become, and the more you drift away from what you were truly called to do. Every great person in history understood this principle. They did not waste time worrying about who was ahead or who was behind. They stayed focused on their own growth, their own vision, and their own purpose. They knew that destiny is not about speed, it is about direction. You can be moving fast, but if you are going in the wrong direction, it will only take you further away from where you are meant to be. This is why you must be intentional about staying in your lane. The moment you start looking at others, you slow yourself down. Comparison leads to unnecessary pressure. It makes you feel like you must rush, like you must force things to happen before their time. But everything in life has a season. Just because something has not happened for you yet does not mean it never will. A seed does not look at another seed and say, "Why have you sprouted before me?" No, it stays in the soil, growing at its own pace, until the time is right for it to emerge. Your journey is the same. What is meant for you will come in its appointed time, but only if you stay faithful to your own process. When you understand that destiny is personal, you stop seeking validation from others. You stop waiting for people to approve of your path or acknowledge your progress. You realize that your journey is between you and God, and no one else has the right to define it for you. Some people will not understand your process. Some people will criticize your decisions. Some people will question why you are not moving the way they expect you to. But their opinions do not determine your destiny. The only thing that matters is that you remain committed to your own growth, your own goals, and your own purpose. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. You do not need to match someone else's timeline. You do not need to compete for something that already has your name on it. All you need to do is stay focused, stay patient, and stay obedient to the path set before you. Because at the end of the day, destiny is not about being the fastest, the loudest, or the most noticed. It is about becoming exactly who you were created to be. Growth happens in isolation. The most significant transformations in life do not take place in public, but in private, away from the noise, distractions, and opinions of the world. The problem with most people today is that they want results without the process, visibility without preparation, and success without sacrifice. But nothing great is ever built in front of an audience. The greatest breakthroughs happen in seasons of solitude, where you are forced to face yourself, develop your discipline, and refine your purpose. Look at nature. Every powerful transformation takes place in isolation. A seed does not grow into a mighty tree in the open. It is buried in the dark, unseen and unnoticed, as it pushes through the soil, developing deep roots before it ever emerges. A caterpillar does not become a butterfly in the presence of others. It retreats into the cocoon, undergoes an internal transformation, and only when it is ready does it reveal its beauty to the world. The same principle applies to you. If you truly want to grow, you must learn to embrace the seasons where no one sees your progress, no one applauds your effort, and no one understands your journey. Most people are afraid of isolation. They think that being unseen means they are not progressing. But isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. The greatest lessons in life are learned when you are alone, not when you are surrounded by distractions. It is in these moments that you gain clarity, strengthen your vision, and develop the mindset needed to handle success. Many people fail because they are too attached to the need for constant validation. They want people to see their work, approve their actions, and recognize their growth. But true greatness is built in the unseen moments, the quiet mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices no one acknowledges. You must be willing to separate yourself for a season in order to elevate yourself for a lifetime. Too often, people stunt their own growth by staying attached to environments that do not challenge them, relationships that do not inspire them, and routines that keep them comfortable. Growth demands change, and change often requires you to walk alone. Some of the greatest minds, innovators, and leaders in history understood this. They were not afraid to step away from the crowd, to spend time developing their skills, to invest in their knowledge, and to disconnect from distractions so they could focus on their assignment. Isolation refines you. It forces you to confront your weaknesses, sharpen your strengths, and develop resilience. It eliminates the unnecessary and strengthens your focus. But too many people resist this process because they want immediate results. They want to be seen, to be heard, and to be celebrated before they are even ready. And this is why they never become all that they were meant to be. True growth is not rushed. It is built through patience, discipline, and consistency in the hidden places. If you are in a season where you feel unseen, unknown, or unappreciated, do not be discouraged. This is your cocoon season. This is your time to build, to learn, and to prepare. Because when the time is right, your growth will be undeniable. The world will not be able to ignore the person you have become. But until then, stay focused, stay committed, and trust the process. Because the greatest transformations happen in silence. The less you speak, the more you achieve. In a world where everyone is eager to talk, explain, and announce their every move, those who understand the power of restraint gain the greatest advantage. Most people fail not because they lack talent or potential, but because they waste too much time talking about what they are going to do instead of actually doing it. Words mean nothing without action. The more you speak, the more energy you waste. But when you discipline yourself to be quiet and focus on execution, your results become louder than anything you could ever say. People who talk too much often attract unnecessary resistance. The moment you start announcing your goals, your vision, and your strategies to the wrong people, you invite opinions, doubts, and even opposition. Some people are not happy for you. They are simply waiting to see if you fail. Others may not intend to harm you, but their words can plant seeds of doubt in your mind. The truth is, not everyone needs to know what you are working on. When you move in silence, you eliminate distractions, avoid unnecessary negativity, and allow yourself to focus fully on your mission. Greatness is built in the quiet. Every major achievement, every breakthrough, and every masterpiece is created in the unseen hours of dedication, practice, and persistence. If you study the most successful people, you will notice a common trait. They do not spend time explaining themselves or defending their dreams. They are too busy building. They understand that talking about a goal does not make it happen. Only consistent action does. Instead of telling the world what they are going to do, they simply do it. And when their success becomes visible, there is nothing left to explain. When you limit your words, you also sharpen your ability to observe and learn. Those who speak too much often miss important details. They are so busy expressing their thoughts that they fail to listen, analyze, and adjust. But the wise remain silent, absorbing knowledge, studying their surroundings, and making strategic moves. They do not rush to prove themselves with words. They let their actions create undeniable proof of their competence. Another reason to stay silent is that not every battle is worth fighting. Many people lose their focus because they feel the need to defend themselves against criticism, respond to negativity, or engage in unnecessary debates. But what do you gain from explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you? What do you achieve by arguing with those who add no value to your journey? The most powerful response to doubt, criticism, and negativity is success. Let your work be your answer. Let your results silence every question. Silence also creates mystery, and mystery is power. When people cannot predict your next move, they cannot interfere with your progress. They cannot copy you, they cannot sabotage you, and they cannot prepare for what they do not see coming. The greatest strategies are executed in secrecy. When you reveal less, you control the narrative. When you control the narrative, you dictate the outcome. If you truly want to achieve great things, discipline yourself to speak less and work more. Stop explaining. Stop seeking validation. Stop announcing your plans. Move in silence. Stay focused. And let your results make the noise. Because at the end of the day, the most successful people are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who do the most. Patience and discipline are the foundations of lasting success. In a world that glorifies instant gratification, many people fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack the patience to build something truly great. They want quick results, overnight success, and immediate rewards. But anything that comes too quickly is rarely sustainable. True success is not rushed. It is cultivated over time through consistent effort, strategic planning, and unwavering discipline. The problem with impatience is that it leads to shortcuts. People who are in a hurry often compromise on quality, integrity, and long-term vision just to see immediate progress. They chase quick wins instead of lasting impact. But shortcuts always come at a cost. You may get ahead temporarily, but if you have not built a solid foundation, everything you gain will eventually collapse. The strongest buildings are not the ones constructed the fastest. They are the ones with the deepest foundations. The same principle applies to your life, your career, and your destiny. If you want something that lasts, you must be willing to take the time to build it properly. Discipline is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who only dream about it. Talent alone is not enough. Intelligence alone is not enough. Even opportunities alone are not enough. Without discipline, all of these things will be wasted. Discipline is the ability to do what is necessary, even when you do not feel like it. It is the power to stay committed to your vision, even when progress is slow. It is the strength to keep pushing forward, even when no one is watching, clapping, or praising your efforts. The truth is, most people fail in private long before they fail in public. They fail in the small daily decisions that seem insignificant, but ultimately determine their future. Skipping one day of effort may not seem like much, but when repeated over time, it becomes a habit of inconsistency. Success is not built on big, dramatic actions. It is built on small, disciplined actions repeated consistently over time. Patience is the ability to endure the process without losing faith. Many people give up too soon because they do not see immediate results. They plant seeds, but become discouraged when they do not see a harvest right away. But growth takes time. Just because you do not see progress yet does not mean nothing is happening. Some of the greatest things in life require seasons of hidden development before they are revealed. Farmers do not dig up their seeds every day to check if they are growing. They trust the process, water the soil, and wait for the right season. Your journey is the same. If you stay consistent, your time will come. Most people underestimate how much time and effort true success requires. They look at those who have achieved greatness and assume it happened easily. But behind every strong person, every successful career, and every thriving business is a history of unseen struggle, discipline, and sacrifice. The world only sees the result, but they do not see the years of preparation, the failures, the silent battles, and the relentless persistence that made it possible. That is why you must be careful not to compare your beginning to someone else's peak. Your journey is unique, and as long as you remain patient and disciplined, you will arrive exactly where you are meant to be. Everything worthwhile takes time. Mastery takes time. Building something great takes time. Becoming the best version of yourself takes time. There is no need to rush, no need to compare, and no need to prove anything to anyone. Stay focused, stay consistent, and trust the process. Because in the end, those who are patient and disciplined always outlast those who are merely in a hurry. In the end, the greatest success comes to those who learn the power of focus, silence, patience, and discipline. When you stop wasting energy on unnecessary distractions, when you stop announcing your every move, when you stop comparing your journey to others, and when you embrace the process of private growth, you position yourself for unstoppable success. Life is not about proving yourself to the world. It is about becoming the person you were created to be. The loudest voices are often the weakest, but those who move in silence, stay focused, and commit to their purpose always rise above the noise. The world does not need to hear what you are going to do. It needs to see what you have done. So, as you move forward, remember this. Focus on yourself and stay silent. Work while others are watching TV. Learn while others are complaining. Build while others are talking. And when the time is right, let your results speak for you. Because in the end, success makes the loudest noise.